All right. Hello, my lovelies. How are we today? I am going to do a reading again today. Thank you for joining me. Check out my incense oils here. Well, they're not incense oils, they're essential oils. And, I source them from various places, but I made the little kit here. Um, so that you don't have bottles falling around everywhere and greasing up your purse and making everything dunky and labels falling off and all that fun stuff, right? I mean, who really enjoys digging through a Ziploc full of bottles that have lost their labels and you don't know what oil it is anymore, and you're just kind of guessing, oh, I think this one smells like clove, I'm not sure. you know Anyway, these are geared toward your chakras, the seven chakras. Uh and yeah, leave me a comment, ask a question, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Come on, light. Oh, my Zippo is dead. Help me, help me. Okay, I need a new lighter. Hold on. Lighter. All right, here we go. Light an incense. Get some sage going. Here we go. All right. Clear my space, please. Clear out any negativity or dense energy in my space. Please give me the clarity and signals to reveal the message that needs to be heard today. Please give me a clear message today as I step back from my ego and allow the smoke to take over. As I cleanse my energy and allow spirit to speak through me. Hoo-wee. Look at this flame. There's some serious density. I just barely lit the tip and it's still going. Ah! Oh, well, hello. Oh, Palo Santo Anybody. I love this stuff. Oh, it's wonderful. Yes. All right. So we have a cleared space. Let me get centered and clear my mind for today's message. Okay. I think we'll use these cards today. Thank you, cards, for joining me in this reading. Oh yeah, there's some serious energy going on. Okay, settle down, settle down, settle down. Here I am. go ahead and give me the clear message. All right, we've been talking about the ascension. We've been talking about the shift. We've been talking about how we center ourselves in our own energy and choose the timeline. The timelines are converging right now like mad. That's why we're having so much chaos right now. Timelines are merging, things are moving in the direction of whatever timeline you have chosen in this moment, with the planetary alignment that just happened, and well, the solstice and everything in March. And I mean, the astrology has just been off the chain lately. And so how do we hold our energy in this shift in the direction that we want it to go? How do we hold our energy? How do we center ourselves in that? Three more cards, please. Three more cards. How do we ground ourselves in the energy? Got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's see here. Ooh, got the Knight of Cups. So the Cups always speaks of emotions. It speaks of romance. It speaks of well, I mean, yeah, the Knight of Cups is bringing you a message. He's a messenger. He's bringing you a message to unbind yourself from the thoughts that are keeping you back from this true love. And it's Five of Pentacles here speaks of like the struggle mind, the 3D struggle. We're now shifting into the third dimension, into the fifth dimension. And so because we're shifting into the fifth dimension, we now have an opportunity to change our minds about things and have things work out in a much better way. If we just change our mind to a more peaceful mindset. The Two of Cups speaks about, the Two of Cups talks about a love. I mean, it talks about a partnership. It talks about friendship. It talks about soul mates. A balanced give and take of emotional support between the two of you. And so you need to find relationships that allow you to break this poverty mindset of I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, or whatever. Us light workers, we've been stuck in the dark. We've been shoved in the closet for so long that we're afraid to come out. We really are. But now is the time for light workers to please come out and start sharing your gifts, because it's time. we are shifting into the age of Aquarius, and people are going crazy, and the only way they can find out what's really going on is through a spiritual means nowadays. The pharmaceuticals don't work anymore. Jesus doesn't work anymore. The powers that be are all obviously just in it for as much money as they can get, right? And so it's time for us to disconnect from that old reality that held us captive and really seek out a new way of thinking and a new way of being. Five of Pentacles. Where's that book at? Is it in here? Nope. Oh, haha, I'm blind. Okay, where's the book? Five of Coins. Let's see what it says here. That is a blue. Five of Coins. When you manifest what you ask for, will you recognize it when it comes? The child sees it, but the adult does not. There are times when we must leave behind what we manifested, which at one time was what we desired. We can outgrow something and know that it is no longer for our highest good without it or us being bad. So you can let go. Okay, you can let go of this mindset. It is now absolutely time to let go of the manifested karma that you have created in your life, thinking you knew what you wanted, and then it's all falling apart, and so you need to seek out a new way of looking at it, a new way of doing it, a new way of working with that same prospect of life. Two of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. So the intimacy revealed here, is she in ecstasy or is she clinging in fear? Right? Look at the look on her face. She looks like she's almost crying. Is that tears of joy or happiness, or tears of fear that she's going to lose her love, right? So what are you afraid of losing? You've been grabbing on to things that look like what you wanted to manifest for so long that it's hard to see what you really wanted all along is right in front of you. Immature love creates a hunger so deep that another person may only awaken pain rather than soothe it. Clinging to an inner wound manifests a desperation that can never be filled. So, the true friendship that began with a powerful spark is real. It is your own self-love that is the magnetizing energy here. So make sure that you are focused on your self-love and not the love of someone else. The external, okay, let's talk about that. The difference between self-love and love of another. People can only meet you as deep as you are willing to go with yourself. And so if you're not willing to feel your feelings and hold yourself accountable and really look at yourself in ways and be critical of yourself and allow yourself to, analyze yourself and figure out where your flaws are and figure out how you bring the toxic situation into this, how do I bring the toxicity into this situation, because it does absolutely take two to tango, right? You have this beautiful love here and you've got all your issues and mindset set, and then this beautiful love comes along and what are your triggers and what are their triggers and how are you toxic and how are they toxic, right? So you really need to get deep and analyze yourself and really ask yourself, how am I toxic? What is toxic about me that I can change right now? How am I reacting to the situation in a toxic way? Right? Okay. Is there anything else? Yeah, because there really is a message of breaking the bonds of being tied to thoughts that no longer fit the situation. Your poverty mindset. How are you clinging to a way of life that is no longer suitable for you? In your mind's eye, begin to see your emotional experience of love outside of yourself. Knowing how we relate to the issue. Knowing how we relate to the issue is the issue. What are you really experiencing emotionally around love and your connection with others? Is there flow or is there a tightening? Okay, so ask yourself, where do you contract and where do you expand in your life? Where are you happy and open and where are you contracting and going, oh fuck, I gotta do this again, oh fuck, so figure that out and learn how to work with those energies. All right. And then we have the Emperor and Justice. So, the Emperor, who is the Emperor? You have to be your own emperor and your own judge. And you have to hold yourself accountable. The Emperor and Justice. 4 and 9. What is your intention? What will you stand for? Or will you fall into the nothingness of righteous indignation? Justice tells us that we are owed nothing. She delivers what you say you desire, and are you speaking the truth? So what are you manifesting? What are you saying that you want? And are you working toward that, or are you working toward something else? Right? So be aware of where you put your energy, because where you put your energy is what you manifest. And that's the timeline that you're going to land on. If you're putting your energy in fear and anger and political bullshit, and not paying attention to the energy that you carry within your body and how you treat the people around you, and those that, whether they have the same political view or not, how do you treat those people that believe differently than you? How do you treat those people that you say you love? How do you treat those people that don't love you back the way you wish they would? Things like that. Really analyze who you are and what you stand for, because these are very powerful people. The emperor is very serious. I mean, he is very serious. He's like, really? Do you really freaking want this, right? The fool is taken aback. She's like, wait, I'm supposed to approach this dude, right? I mean, goddamn, I just got out here in the real world, and you want me to approach the emperor and say, hey, emperor. And yes, exactly. Whether you're ready or not, here it is. It's time to approach God, goddess, the universe, and say exactly what you need and exactly what you want. Because all this playing of, all this poverty mindset, all this begging for what you want isn't working, right? So you need to go directly to the source. Go directly to the universe. Go directly to source and say, source, I need this. And then stand in that. The power we fear is the power we cannot own. Are we aware of our own silent power? What are we unaware of controls us? Okay, so really pay attention to what's going on in your world, and pay attention to how you're reacting to it, and pay attention to the vibration that you're carrying. Are you aware of your own unspoken messages? How does your body language speak? How do you dress? How do you carry yourself? And really write it down. Write down on a piece of paper, like, how do I carry myself? How would I see myself if I wasn't myself? Right? Step outside of yourself and really look at, how do I represent myself? What do I look like when I look in the mirror? What do I really see? Because that's how people respond to you, is what you carry, is the vibration that you hold. And so if you're dressing in shabby clothes all the time and you look like crap, and have BO because you don't take a shower, people are not going to want to be around you so much. If you take care of yourself and your clothes are clean and your hair is neat, you know, take care of yourself. Impression is everything. If you want people to look at you with respect, have respect for yourself. It doesn't mean you can't dress like a hippie and have dreadlocks. It just means that make sure your dreadlocks are clean and combed. Make sure that your clothes are not stained up and torn up. It just makes sure that yourself is presented in the way that you want to be presented, and not looking like a fool trying to be out there all spiritual looking like a fucking drunk or a stoner. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against stoners. I really don't. I am a stoner myself, and yes, I do frequently smell like marijuana. And yes, yesterday I took the day off and I smoked myself into oblivion. It was wonderful. All right, we have the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Cups, or the Ten of Coins, and the Hermit. The Eight of Wands speaks about incoming messages. Again, we have incoming messages. We have messages incoming of compassion and love and care. And then we have messages incoming of fire, of passion, and of movement forward, spiritual movement forward. The Hermit speaks about holding out the light so you can see where you're going and so others can see you. And holding your vibration, like really, really making sure that you hold it. Because this is leading to your ultimate treasure. Follow the path that you've been led to. This is your path. This is where you belong being and doing. Just cut out the noise. Don't listen to what the rest of the world is telling you. And you need to let go of old poverty mindsets. I'm going to read that again. Five of Coins. Five of Coins. So yeah, what are you clearing out? What have you manifested that no longer works for you? That's what it is. What have you created in your life that you're like, that the little kids are like, Mom, this is what you always wanted, right? Your inner child is like, this is what you've always wanted. And then like, but you're like, nah, I'm over it. I've grown past it. I don't want it anymore. So what is that thing that you need to let go of? And just let it go. It's been holding you back. You've been trying for it for so long. And I know. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to cut it back to the roots and let it regrow. Cut it back to the roots and let it regrow, because what it started out with really good intentions, but it became something that is no longer useful to either one of you, to anybody involved. It's just evolved itself into oblivion. And now whatever this wonderful manifestation is, it's turned itself into something that you've been clinging to for no reason. So let it go. And as you walk forward and let it go, you will find a new inspiration and a treasure at the end of that tunnel. And just follow your light. Okay, I think that is my message for the day. Short but sweet. All right, guys. Thank you, my lovelies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I shall see you again soon. Make sure you give me a like, subscribe, check out my oils. Ta-da! They're wonderful. All right, later.